Guys, welcome back to the program. I'm just pretending like an entire week has been a commercial break. Welcome back to the program. We take week-long commercial breaks, and then we come back to the very same program. This isn't a new one. This is just a continuation of last week. We just ran, 24 hours times 6 plus some hours of ads. Yeah, I did math, baby. I could do math pretty easy, except when someone's watching me. So when I'm at the the checkout or like the cashier and I have to do the math right there, I hate that feeling. I'm like, can I go into a room and calculate the tip? Or like, can you look away and then I could do mental math? But when they're just looking at me, I'm like, carry the two. And you don't want to open up the calculator app on your phone because then you hear them under their breath. They go, this guy's dumb. And you go, no, normally I'm very smart. It's just when I'm being observed doing math, it's too much pressure. And I can't have the cashier know that I can't do 2713 plus 5 on top of it. What is that? What year is it? I just spin out of control. So just know that. Don't make me do mental math under duress. I mean, do we have to do mental math anymore? We have calculators. We have Apple Watches. How funny would it be if I needed to calculate like a 10% tip and you saw me go into ChatGPT? Like, that's a little overkill. You know? Not even a hey Siri, No, I go straight into ChatGPT. Let me just kill this fly with a nuclear bomb. What to chat about, guys? You know, I jot down little things in my notepad to keep it fresh and interesting for you guys. I'm like, oh, that'd be good to talk about. That'd be good to talk about on the podcast. I'll be in Ralph's or the grocery store or Vaughn's, you know, or Pavilions or whatever grocery store you need me to say to endear myself to you. Maybe it's a Safeway situation. Maybe, did you know that Albertsons is owned by Safeway now? I also educate. They used to be separate entities, and now they are under the same umbrella. Did you know that Pavilions is just a fancy Vaughn's? Did you know that Vaughn's is actually Safeway? Did you know that I still use my parents' phone number to get a discount when I go to Vaughn's? And then I feel like I'm getting away with something? Like they're going to grab me by the wrist and go, wait a second, that's your parents' phone number. And then I go into their eyes and just run out. And goes, woo, 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 woo. And security chases me, but I start firing a gun at them. And then I go to jail, and I didn't realize it was as high stakes as I thought it was. They go, no, it would have been a slap on the wrist, but you murdered 2 Vaughn's employees. And I go, whoops. Maybe Bobby Lee will bail me out. He's rich. He'll help me out. That's a lot of comedians' insurance policy, is that if we get sick, we just hope the most famous comedian we know will pay for our procedure. That's healthcare in America. Healthcare in America is a GoFundMe page. Like, hopefully you were really social before you got sick. Otherwise, you're going to die. Were you an introvert and you got a debilitating disease? See you in the afterlife. You got to be gregarious if you want your medical bills taken care of. You can't be a wallflower and get kidney failure. Come on. This is amateur hour. This is 101. You got to be hobnobbing. I think a lot of people who are extroverts actually are just doing it as an insurance policy for in case they get sick. They're actually secretly introverts, but they just know that they have to like network and have a lot of friends so that when they do get sick, they will rally and pitch in for their procedure. I guess we could talk about this, guys. Theo hit me up the other day, maybe yesterday or 2 days ago. What if I spend another 30 minutes trying to figure out the exact date and time of when Theo hit me up? Or was it 2:37 p.m.? So anyways, he hit me up. He's in town. He's like, hey, I'm doing a show at the Comedy Store, and I'm also at the Dolby Theater. Do you want to do both of those shows, one or both of those shows? I'm like, I'll do the one at the store. So I'll be there. I guess it'll have happened in the past, so there's no reason. It's a new thing I'm doing where I promote my shows from the past, just in case they do invent time travel, that I could sell out a lot of shows that have already happened in the past. So this is a lot of comics. They're not as forward thinking as me. They're only promoting their shows in the future. I'm promoting my shows in the past. So guys, I know this is Thursday, but if you're available Wednesday, which was yesterday, come see me at the Comedy Store main room, opening for Theo. It's probably sold out, so you can't even get tickets if you wanted to. Yeah, Theo hit me up to do it. It'll be a lot of fun. I'm already going to be at the store anyways because I got to do a set in the OR. I'm double dipping, baby. 2 sets, 1 location. Wednesday. Fahim Anwar, opening for Theo, then walking across the hallway and popping into the OR, which is short for original room. 1 night only, but he's there several times a week. That happens all the time. People are like, "Oh man, I missed you," or like, "Oh, you never go. I never see you going up in LA." I'm like, I'm at the Comedy Store like 4 times a week, every week. It's very easy to see me. If you cared, I guess I don't list it on my website. If I'm gigging around town, I'm not throwing up 15-minute guest sets on my website. That's only when daddy's touring and hitting you with the 45 to an hour on the road. You know, giving you some coke in the gums with my comedy, 15 minutes, giving you a taste. I'm not going to advertise that. You just gotta be you gotta be jazzy. You gotta know the scene. You gotta know, I'm like a stripper. You're just like, oh yeah, Fahim, he gets up on Tuesdays and whatever, like four nights a week. I'm at the Comedy Store. I'll do the improv occasionally. So yeah, Theo hit me up to do it. And then it just reminded me, because I never really chatted about this, I opened for Theo doing some arenas. I did four cities with him. And that was just an interesting experience. It's something that I've always wanted to do. I've pretty much done everything in comedy except arenas. Like, I don't know what that is like. Just giant venues. I've done large theaters. I've done the Dolby, which was like the Peacock. Is it the Dolby or Peacock Theater? Whatever it is. I did that opening for Hasan a while ago. That was cool. That was a couple years ago. That's probably the biggest that I've done. That's like 7,500 people. That's how many seats there are at that Dolby Peacock Theater. And I've known Theo for a long time, and I've just always wanted to do theaters, and this opportunity came up. We had been trying to do it for a while, and just the dates didn't line up, but this time it did. I'm like, yeah, let's do it. I just want to know what that's like. And it wasn't even about the money. Like, his tour manager was like, what do you want? I'm like, whatever Theo wants to pay me is like, it's fine. He's my buddy. I'm not really doing this for money. I'm doing it just for that experience as a stand-up comedian, to check that box. What is it like to do a venue this big? So what cities did we do? I think I arrived in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, and then, man, there's so much to unload and unpack here. So I flew to Cedar Rapids, Iowa, and then that was the first gig. And then you show up in this arena, and it's daytime because they're building the stage and they're getting it ready for the show. And there's 2 tour buses, and it's just such a big production. Normally when I do stand-up, it's just a comedy club. You walk into a building. It's pretty. This is a new scenery. I haven't seen it before. And you see all these seats. It's kind of daunting because it's bizarre. You see all these empty seats and clear as day, and these are going to be filled with people, and just the grand scale of it. Your brain has no frame of reference. I've never performed for this many people, so it does not compute. It's what I liken it to, because people, when I came back into town, they're like, how was it like? Was it fun? Blah, blah, blah. What's it like doing that many people? I think doing stand-up for that many people for arenas is like big wave surfing. I think it's a similar parallel. Although I've never big wave surfed or small wave surf, I'm going to stand by this analogy. If you're a surfer who's done stand-up comedy, tell me now if I'm in the right here. Maybe Lachlan Patterson, he's done both. He surfs. He's also very funny. Check him out after you're done watching this, or you can X this out immediately right now and go watch Lachlan Patterson if you don't like what's been happening so far. So yeah, it's like big wave surfing. The principles are the same, but it's just a larger scale. So yeah, it was kind of weird. I'm like, oh man, I'm a little nervous. Like, yeah, I'm a seasoned vet and I'm a pro, but anytime you're doing something that you haven't done, there is an element of nervousness to it. Like, I remember when I did the Comedy Cellar, I was auditioning for Esty. She's the one who calls the shots out there. She's kind of like Mitzi over in New York. And the Cellar is just not a room that I play. The Comedy Store is like my living room. Whereas New York comics are afraid of the original room. That's like bathwater for me. So just any new circumstance and an environment. If it's new, there's an unease to it because you don't know what it is. So I'm like, yeah, what's it going to be? I don't know what it's like. And then Lee Kimball, he was great. He opens for Theo. He goes on the road with him. And so he opens up, he does 10 minutes, and then he brings me up, and I do like 15 to 20, and then I bring Theo up. So 3-man show. And it was good. It was okay. I think my first go at it, it was fine. Like, I wanted to do better, but I learned from it. Like, you kind of learn very quickly. It's different than just doing a comedy club. You can't be super nuanced. You can't be super jazzy. It's a fucking arena. So you have to comb through your set. After that set, I'm like, okay, I need to have bangers because I have a couple things happening here. It's an arena, so there's not a ton of nuance. And then they're not there for me. They're there for Theo. So they're already upset Lee's up there. Then they're already upset I'm up there. They just want to see their guy. So you have those two things working against you. It's arenas, so it's got to be uppercuts, all uppercuts. And then they're like, where's Theo? I mean, that's the subtext. So you have to comb through your hour or whatever you're doing. And I'm like, what of these are arena worthy? So you might have an hour of material, but when you look at it through a what of these are arena worthy lens, it gets pared down. So then I rewrote my set. I slotted some things, and then you want to get a joke out quickly in an arena when they don't know who you are. So the second night was way better. I forgot what the order of it was, but I think 2 of them were spectacular. I think my favorite was St. Paul, Minnesota was amazing. They play hockey in that arena. That was one of my favorites. And then Sioux Falls, South Dakota was amazing. Then it became Old Hat, or I had a frame of reference for it, and it was a lot of fun. It was less daunting because you have it in your memory bank. You're like, okay, this is familiar. I know this feeling. I know the timing. I know what it's like. And it seems huge and gargantuan when the lights are on, but once the show starts, the lights come down, there's a spotlight, and it really shrinks the room down, and it just feels like a large theater. So once you're in it, it doesn't feel much different than a regular stand-up show. And then they have you on the Jumbotron, they have you on the screens on the side, so a lot of people are watching that, it's cool. It's a different thing. And then you're pacing, you're really sitting in it, you can marinate. It's more presentational and theatrical because it's larger than life. It's interesting. I'm glad I got to do it to know what that feels like, because a lot of comics don't even get the opportunity to perform for that many people. And just as an artist, it felt good to be able to check that box off. Like, oh, okay, I've done all the things. I've done all the venues. I guess maybe like a Madison Square Garden, that's the next level because that's even so many more people. I think the largest we did on this leg of the Midwest tour was like 8,000 or 9,000, which is still a ton of people. But where they play basketball, like 20 to 30,000, that could be an entirely different thing too. But yeah, the logistics of touring on a bus, that was new for me. I'm sleeping in a bus. You have a little cubby hole. You could choose the bottom one, the middle one, or the top one. I think if I was younger, I would be like, top one. I want to be on the top one. I want to be the highest off the ground. I don't know why child me is Aziz. I'm sorry. But top one. It's going to be so cool. I did the middle one because that felt like I'm not so old that I can't get a little off the ground. But then I'm not so high that if I fall off, I die. Right? A middle felt good. Like I haven't totally given up yet. And then also I'm not 12. So I went middle cubby hole. It's really tiny. And you have the little curtain. And you're sleeping like this. And you have to get used to just sleeping on a freeway. Just the gentle rocking. You're in a coffin. You're pretty much in a coffin on a bus. And there's little plugs and stuff. And you're on your phone. I forgot that because I'll be sleeping, right? And then you might wake up in the middle of the night. And my brain doesn't remember I'm sleeping in a cubby hole on a tour bus. I think I'm in a bed. Again, frame of reference. I don't have my brain isn't back cataloging like, oh, remember all the times you slept in a cubby hole on a bus. I just think I'm in a bed. So I wake up and I just get a concussion on the tour bus. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm sleeping in a vehicle. I'm sleeping on a tour bus in a coffin. So that was cool. And then no turds on the bus. That's a universal rule. Even I know that. Only number ones. But what if you have a chunky number one? I should have asked Theo's tour manager. Hey, I know we're not supposed to take dumps on the tour bus, but what if I have like a really chunky piss? Like it feels like a daiquiri coming through. Can the septic tank handle that? And he's like, what is a chunky pee? I'm like, you guys don't get chunky pees? And then I show them. They go, oh, what the hell? You should go to the hospital. I go, everybody has chunky pees. They go, what are you talking? No, nobody gets chunky peas. No one even calls it chunky peas. I'm like, what are you talking about, man? I'm in a chunky pea Reddit group. Yeah, so you get to the venue, okay, because you can't shower on the bus. You're not in a hotel. So when you get to the venue, you have to shower there, and that's weird. They have towels. They travel with towels. So I'm like, hey, can I get a towel? I didn't have soap. I don't know how it works. So the tour manager got me some Dove soap, some toiletries. It's just very bizarre showering at the venue. That took some getting used to. But once you do one day, then it becomes, the human body and the human mind adapts to the circumstances pretty quickly. Then it became normal. Then I would get in the next venue and I'm like, yeah, I've been doing this forever. Did 4 of them. It was fun. Came back home, been chilling. And then Theo hit me up to do the Comedy Store. I'm like, yeah, why not? Why not? I'll sleep in my own bed this time. So that's pretty cool. I've opened for I did Theo for the 4 days, and then I've opened for Ali Wong a few times. And I had this joke. Maybe I did it on Works on stuff, but this thing does happen where you could totally tell the difference, because I tour on my own as well. But touring by myself versus touring with somebody who's mega famous is night and day. Just the way people get treated. You know, like when Ali comes through, it's like she's Saddam Hussein. Everyone's so terrified, even though she's a sweetheart. Like, is everything okay? Ali, the temperature, we have it at 70 degrees. We can get it to, obviously we could change it. We could get it to 69, 68 if you like it on the chillier side. We can go to 72. Is this fruit plate okay? We have different deli meats. Go to the, all this stuff. And then when I go there by myself, I'm like, can I get water? And they're like, can't you drink your own piss? I go, what? You don't, but there's water, and I saw water when I came in. And they're like, screw you. Get on stage, monkey. You're no Ali Wong. Like, but I open for her sometimes. This happens sometimes when I tour on my own. The agents will make a deal with the venue, and so there's a contract. But I think a lot of times they just cut and paste from contracts that they have with other artists who are bigger. So they just kind of boilerplate, cut and paste it. Because I get there, and there was a limo to pick me up when I did Phoenix, which is so overkill. Normally I get there, and I'll just get an Uber X to the hotel. Sometimes they have a car, just like a regular car, and I'll do that. But there was a limo, and it's so embarrassing. Because it's not like I have an entourage and I have chains and I have this image to upkeep. I'm just some dude with some luggage, and I'm getting into this giant limo by myself. People think I'm delusional or something, and the driver thinks that I have mental illness. And now I'm just chilling in this giant limo all by myself on the way to the hotel. It's like the loneliest, coolest ride. There's neon, sort of like what's behind me, just purple neon in this giant limo. As I'm getting taken to like a DoubleTree. I'm like MC Hammer, just not spending my money in the best way. They go, this guy, he's doing a one-nighter in Phoenix, and he's getting a limo. So then I tell my people, I'm like, hey, can we not get a limo for me whenever I show up in these towns? It's kind of overkill. And they're like, yeah, okay, yeah, no limo. But it's just so absurd. A limo shows up. And then, I don't know if I did a one-nighter or I was doing a weekend. No, I was doing a one-nighter. So like they hit me up. It's so overkill. Like maybe some artists like this, but the venue, they're like, the hotel is like a block away. I literally just have to walk 3 minutes. I'm at the club. And he goes, they hit me up. They're like, do you want an escort? Do you want an escort to the club? And I'm like, I'm okay. I don't really. Or you go, you sure? Well, we're already on our way. So they get me an escort. So I am walking to the club with 3 giant dudes, like I'm Michael Jackson in 1995. like I have glittery shin pads on in like a gay military outfit with aviators. Like no one's gonna attack me. I'm not Justin Bieber. If anything, I'm drawing more attention to myself by having 3 jiu-jitsu guys walk me to this one-nighter in Phoenix that is like less than half sold out. It's almost just an exercise in how delusional. I didn't want any of this. I just want to let you guys know this is not me asking for these things. I'm not like, get me a limo when I land. Get me 3 yoke dudes who are on creatine to walk me 1 block over. Make sure the venue's 1/3 full. It was a fun show. That's why I did a one-nighter. Phoenix, I don't know if it's a super hot market for me. Other markets are better. It was a fun show. Someday I'll sell it out. Someday. That's that. I'm pretty much done, I guess, with all the stuff I wanted to chat about that I jotted down on my notes. But this is just a funny idea I had, I guess. I'm watching the SEC documentary on Netflix. I'm all done with it. I love sports documentaries. I love sports documentaries more than sports. I don't have time to watch every game. Sports documentaries are great because you get to see highlight reels in super high def cinematic form, and you get context and drama, and it's like a show. It saves me time. I'm not going to watch every baseball game. Football, I might be able to do a little more because it's only 1 game every Sunday, but I'm not going to watch every basketball game. I'm not going to watch every baseball game. Sports docs are great. It saves you time. It respects your time. You get to see all the greatest plays from this person or this team or whatever they're talking about, context and history, and whatever their legacy is within the sport, all in the span of an hour, 3 hours if it's a series, a limited series, whatever it is. So it's great, but it just shows you how important football is, and people love it down south, and people hold their kids back a couple of years so that they're bigger and stronger, and concussions are such a big thing in football. And then I had this brilliant idea, like when I have a kid, I'm going to steer him into football, but I'm going to make the ultimate football machine. Okay, this kid, he's going to be a quarterback, or I don't know what position, maybe quarterback. But the reason concussions are so dangerous is because you have these bright people, and then they, their motor skills and their function, they get hit in the head enough times, then they kind of get concussion-ified, right? It turns into applesauce. So what I'm going to do from an early age, I'm going to build resistance training. I'm going to hit my kid in the head, just like it's like micro dosing. I'm just going to hit their head so that the brain gets used to it. So I'm going to pre-concuss my kid. I'll put a boxing glove on, just small doses, like from a baby, just and then work my way up as it gets older. Maybe the glove gets bigger and I can hit harder, just to build a callus on his brain so that he can't really get concussed. And his cognitive abilities never grows above a certain level. Like he's not a nuclear physicist and then gets a concussion. Then that's a huge delta right there. You don't want that. But so he will never get smart enough. He'll just get smart enough to take in football plays. He'll just get smart enough for football and nothing beyond that. That's because I'm slowly introducing concussions to him from a child to football age, So he's like a Terminator then. That's his brain isn't so developed where a concussion will bring him down. He barely has any brains. He just has enough brains for football. So he'll have some play, he'll get blasted in the head, and he's just like, yeah, all right, let's win. He just goes back to the line. They're like, this guy, we're trying to obliterate his brain and it's not working. So they're like, all right, on 3, you do a pulse round, you do this. His head gets blown up again. He's like, all right, guys. They go, how is he still out there? It's because me, like Tiger Woods' dad, but for football, I've been slowly concussing my child to make him a football Terminator. So that's just an idea I had. Now I just got to get a kid and try it out on him. Maybe you have a kid. You could try it out on them first. Tell me how that goes. If it does work out, I just want credit. Maybe just a percentage if they get drafted. Or just a shout out. Be like, this goes out to Fahim Anwar, who I heard his podcast, and he told me about microdosing concussions for your kid. And it becomes industry standard at that point. Then all the parents start doing it. But just know that it started here. Okay, guys. I think we did it. I'm going to play a song. If this is the audio version, if it's YouTube, it's going to be in the link down below in the description. And write it in the email, okay? Fahim Anwar Dance Hour at gmail.com. Ask any questions, whatever you got. And yeah, give me some fodder. Give me some kindling so I can light a fire. Yeah, all right. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.